Hey everyone, I'm Miss Upsetter, and in today's video, I'm going to finally talk about the cosplays that I did for Star Wars Celebration 2017. So, I did 3 costumes, and I'm just going to go over how I made them, what I learned, and, yeah. So, let's go ahead and get started. It's Friday night, have a little sip. Okay, so my first costume that I did was Punk Leia, and this is probably my favorite costume. Like, I freaking adore this costume because it's most like me, and I love Leia. And I'd initially planned on making this so I could meet Carrie Fisher, and unfortunately she passed, and I'm still absolutely devastated over it. But I think that she'd be proud of me over what I made. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So, I'm going to be peeking over at notes that I did over here because I don't want to forget anything, because this was an epic journey. I stupidly made 3 full costumes from scratch in 3 months, like an idiot. So, so I got this white vest. This was just like a white denim jacket, and I got it from a thrift store, and it was $12. And when I got it home, $40 in the pocket. Awesome. So, already came out on top. You know, usually doing cosplay you lose money and it's just kind of a money pit, but I started out on a good note. This white denim skirt, which is unfortunately kind of wrinkled because it's been in storage. I also got this from a thrift store. It started out as a pair of jeans, and I went back to like my 16-year-old roots and converted it into a mini skirt. You usually do that by cutting up the legs, taking a bit of scrap. I don't know if you could see that. So this is like a little triangle. Filled that in, top stitched it, stitched the crotch over so it's fully covered. And then if we go over to the back, I just kind of, let's see if I could tilt this down a bit, just kind of stitched across here, so it's like a nice tight pencil skirt. Also, I freaking love this effect on the pocket. It is so Star Wars. So I was like, this is meant to be. So let's see here. So if we go back to the front, so I bought this shirt off of TeePublic from Star Wars Minute. And it is like perfect because it's like the Op Ivy cover, but it says Tantive IV. And instead of like their dude, they have one of the rebel soldiers, which is freaking fantastic. I need to get this shirt outside of cosplay that isn't all like torn up, because I did, oh, that's gonna fall. I did, as you can see, kind of cut off the sleeves and punked it up. That sounds so stupid. I sound so old saying that, Jesus. What else do we got? Oh, I forgot the accessories. So I keep all of my cosplays in like these Tupperware containers. So if I need to costume really quick, pull everything out, it's ready, it's there. These are the other ready-made things that I got. So I don't wear leather. I'm a pretty strict vegetarian, kind of vegan-ish. So these are kind of like white Doc Marten ripoffs, and they're really comfortable. They're really comfortable. I wish I bought more because I can't find the same manufacturer that does these like vegan version. So I just like actually splurged for some legit Docs that are vegan, and they were like 10 times more expensive than these. These little faux leather gloves with the snap. I got these on eBay, and these were like $3. I got these white fishnets that go along with this off Amazon, and this loads and loads and loads of hair. I got these off of eBay as well. So I ended up using 4 of these, so 2 on each side with my regularly like thick, crazy hair. And I think that made decent buns. At Celebration, I wore 1 per side, and they felt a little small, but I upgraded my buns, bumped them up, and I feel like having 2 on each side really gives the big girthy buns that you need for Leia. That sounds awful. So for the belt here, I got this from Jedi Robe UK, and I chose to remake it just because it's her regular senatorial belt that sits high up on the waist, and I didn't want that for this. I kind of wanted a slung around the hip look. So I just traced it, and I added a little bit of extra to the vinyl pattern on the end, and I glued it together with E600 glue. I think it looks fairly decent. These little plates come off. They have screws on the back, so if you are looking to do something similar, you could buy from Jedi Robe UK and just screw them off. They're just like these little tiny screws. And then on the back, I just added these snaps, and that's the belt. I got this studded belt, again, non-leather, on eBay. And as far as the little gun holster goes, I just kind of winged this. I based it off of Ray's gun holder, and I wanted it to have a clip so I could pull it out easily, and also be able to slide the gun in easily too. But pulling it out is a little harder, so that's why I did the snap. This gun, which looks pretty freaking amazing. It's actually a toy. If you cosplay Leia, you probably know that this is pretty screen accurate. So what I ended up doing was I sanded down all the seams and stuff, and the Lucasfilm logo just with some sandpaper, primed it, and painted it with a few coats of flat black, and then I hand brushed on a matte polyurethane to keep it safe. Big lesson here. I live in Minneapolis. It's cold, and I thought that I could fool spray paint, and no, I can't. So I ended up having to redo this because I tried to spray paint it outside when it was below freezing, and it was a freaking nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Never, ever, ever try to test the elements and the weather conditions with what spray paint needs, because it bubbled up. It was just, oh my god, it was like a nightmare. So don't. And I should probably put an orange tip on this. If I cosplay outside of Celebration or whatever where they tag it, I don't bring this because of the world that we live in now. So let's pop this back on. As far as the patches on here go, I made most of these. So I thought about what if Leia were living today, what would she have on here? What's inspired by punk bands, and what would she be representing? So these 2 embroidered patches here, these are patterns that I ordered off Etsy, and I use my embroidery machine. Freaking awesome. They look amazing. Mad props to anyone who can program embroidery files, because that's insane. I did the little fulcrum logo, hand painted that, added little red elements here and there. Let's see what else. Did some enamel. So if you could see a few of these, this God Save the Queen with Padme, and these Rebel Kill logos up here. I did an element, and this Feminist Killjoy, and then this big back piece that I did. I used a technique where you iron cotton to freezer paper, and it sticks to it, and then you trim the edges, and then you print it. And it prints on fabric beautifully. The main caveat is you can't wash it, because it'll all just wash away. So, in true punk fashion, I can't wash my clothes. Hooray. Painted this. This is a patch that I designed, this ASAB in kind of Old English. I just kind of plugged it in. I think it looks like crap, but it works. It's punk, whatever. And if you're wondering, instead of all cops are bastards, it's all stormtroopers are bastards. Did this Hut Slayer after the Crass logo. Ordered these 2 patches as files, not printed them, made them through my embroidery machine. This patch down here by Rogue Cat in the UK, freaking awesome. Love it. This down here is Arabesh. It says Avenge Alderaan, and I kind of weathered it a bit. You know, I did a lot of layers of white, just plain white acrylic, and then I kind of crunched it up a bit. I don't know if you could see that on here. So right here is a knockoff of Dead Kennedys. It says Imperial Punks Fuck Off. So I think that about covers most of the patches. As far as the studs and cones go, I hand did all of these, and it took forever, but it was really fun. Like, I hadn't studied anything in like forever, but I'm like in my 30s being like, I'm studying cosplay. I don't know, it was fun. I had lots of fun. And then if we take this off, oh, one thing that I forgot. These necklaces, again, eBay. That's gonna fall, aren't you? Ugh. So, this is a carryover from my old spiky punk kid days. I hated it when studs would fall out. I would get so mad. Or like you put your hand in your pocket and pull out your hand and you just like rip your hand to shreds. I hated that. So my teenage self used to hot glue the little meat points of the studs, so that would kind of protect your hands a bit. It would protect your clothes, because they would like, sometimes they would rip at your clothes, sometimes they fall out. So I did that to every single thing on here, and nothing fell off. So I got lucky. So that about covers how I made my Punk Leia cosplay and some of the things that I learned. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. I will put all the manufacturers and makers and creators of the elements who I bought in the description. So if you have questions, check that out. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, baby. I'm not gonna force you to do anything. And check out my other videos. I will be doing one for what I learned with the Imperial Stewardess, and one that I learned with Boushh Pin. So check that out. Thanks, everyone.